Hey, how we doing? Just Juicy here, Cricket Strength Inner Circle. We are joined today for our exclusive interview by Worcester and England Lions bowler Josh Tongue. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Norris.
So we'll get stuck in. Josh I've been at Worcester since 2010, and Josh was probably first came on the academy around that time, didn't you?
Yeah.
So just tell us about first getting into cricket, and then where you used to play, sort of what you used to do, and then how you got into the sort of academy system at Worcester.
So I was born in Redditch. So I played most of when I was younger, I played club cricket at Redditch Cricket Club with my dad. He was the first person that got me into it. And then come over to Worcester. I think Gavin Ains saw me playing in Redditch, and I think he told me to come over to Worcester and play for Worcester. So I played for Worcester since I was the age of 6. Then got into the academy. I was probably 13 maybe when it was the EPP with Gavin Ains. And then 2 years later, I was off the academy due to a stress fracture. So I had to get fit for that, and then got back onto the academy with Elliot Wilson. But I had to get fit because I wasn't fit enough to be a professional cricketer. I was quite a chubby lad, so I had to work really hard in the gym and played second team cricket for a bit, and then I had another stress fracture in my back, so I had an operation it was September, so now the whole of winter to get fit for the next season, and then played 14 Champion games last year. It felt really good.
And then to Lions. So let's go back into the academy. So did you come over initially as a batter or bowler?
Probably an all-rounder. I was probably more of a bowler that could bat a bit. But as soon as my bowling stepped up a bit more, my batting dropped a tiny bit. But I can still hold a bat now. Can still score some runs here and there, but predominantly more of a bowler.
So you had a taste. You sort of played with the age groups. You got onto the EPP, and then you had a couple injuries. You were off it. How did you deal with it that time when you actually came off the academy and EPP system? Was it quite hard to take? And what did you do to think, well, I'm going to get back on it in a couple of years?
Well, I was quite upset when they told me I was off the academy. So I knew what I had to do in terms of fitness-wise, and I just basically pushed myself to go to the gym, do the running that I needed to do to get fit. And so that's all I needed to do, really.
Yeah, you just sort of switched thinking. Were you in a comfort zone, do you think? And then it was a bit of a kick to say, right, you need to step up a little bit?
I think I spoke to a few people just talking about like being a professional and what it takes to be a professional. I think that just made me think, I need to do this now. If I want to play for England, that's my main aim. If I want to play for England, play for my country, I need to get fit and obviously get a contract for Worcester first and then play as much cricket as I can.
So then you got injured, you came back on the academy. It still wasn't plain sailing, was it?
No, my fitness still weren't there. I know I did a few session review that I struggled with. But still, when I was on the academy, I still needed to get fit and strong. And that's what I did, really. I still stuck at the gym, worked really hard, and finally got my contract there when I was 17, I think.
Because, there was one point where I thought we wouldn't have seen much of you again. But you did so well just to sort of dig deep, come back. And when did you realise exactly what it sort of needed, sort of fitness-wise, and to get your body in the condition to be a fast bowler in professional cricket?
It was probably when I got kicked off the academy I sort of realised that fitness was a massive part of being a professional cricketer. That sort of drove me to be a professional cricketer, to get my fitness up, and like watching all the other professionals at Worcester going about their business, and obviously I was around Worcester then, so I sort of knew what to expect.
So any of the pros here that you sort of looked at and you thought, well, I need to be doing more of what they're doing?
It's quite a while ago now. Who's playing? I think I was looking at more like England players, like watching how they go about like their fitness wise, like Jimmy Anderson, Stuart Broad, obviously really fit and getting through what they get through. I was like thinking to myself, could I do that now? What my body's like? And obviously I said to myself, no way, I don't think I'll be able to do that. How unfit I was. So I just thought to myself, if I want to be like Anderson or Broad, I had to get in the gym and do the stuff that I've been told to do, and not actually not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sort of came on leaps and bounds. You played under 19s, didn't you?
Yeah.
How did that go?
For England?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I only played the one game. I was meant to play. I was 18 when I got selected at first, but then obviously I had my stress fracture then, so I couldn't play anything in the summer then. But then got into the 19s again last year. Played a test against India, which was a great experience. Obviously playing Test cricket for your country at under 19s level, it was a good experience, and took a few learning points from it as well.
So what did you learn from it?
Just being myself, really. Obviously, people that go and playing for England, they might change how they go about things. So I just stay just who I am, really. Just a calm lad, and don't change who I am.
Beautiful. So you've got into it. You've got a little contract at Worcester. You've played under 19s, a test match, and then you had the other stress fracture. Now, how hard was that to deal with?
Obviously, I knew what was going to happen in terms of having a stress fracture. Obviously, I had it when I was younger, and obviously, not playing for the whole year just took me back a lot. And obviously, I was really upset. But in a way, it's made me a lot stronger now. Like knowing how to deal with injuries. Obviously, I'm injured now, so I'm not that upset now because I know how to deal with it. Obviously, getting injured, it's not very nice.
No, it's not great, is it? But the thing with the back injury is that the season after is the big one, for me. And so the work that was put in over that winter to get you fit for the next season, it took. You had the operation in September or August.
September, August, yeah.
And we got you back for the first game of the year and then playing all year. I mean, did you ever think you'd be able to play all year after a stressy like that?
Well, I was speaking to yourself and Benny about it, and I thought I might play 5 or 6 Champo games. I wouldn't have thought I'd be able to play all 14 Champo games. So to play all 14 was a massive achievement for myself, because obviously I put in the hard work in that winter. So it was a great achievement for myself.
And the good thing is we're now nearly 2 years on. In touch wood, the back's still nice and strong.
Yeah, back's feeling really good. I'm still doing a lot of stuff for my back to make sure it's staying strong and getting through all my overs that I bowl.
Happy days. Let's talk about your bowling. Now, as a bowler who can get up towards 90 mile an hour when you bend your back, what are you trying to do? What's your when you go out there to bowl? What's your sort of mindset and what's your plans?
I think it's all down to the first ball that you bowl that sets off how you bowl for the whole game. Make sure that first ball's on the money straight away. Obviously, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just make sure you go out there calm and make sure you're collective and don't be nervous. Obviously, in your first game, you're going to be nervous. I remember my first game against Glamorgan. I was nervous, but as soon as you get that first over, like you're fine and you're good enough to be there.
Yeah,
like, that's what you got to think about. Like, they wouldn't select you if you weren't good enough. So if you get that in your mind and just think about that while you're bowling, you should do right.
So that first ball you talk about, where, because you're 6'4", 6'5", where are you looking to pitch it for a right-arm batter?
To a right-hand batter, I'd pitch it on a good length ball, so like waist height, top of off really. I get my natural shape swinging away, so and I also get my bounce as well because of my height. So just make sure not too floaty, just getting that swing, make sure hitting the pitch hard, and your shape should follow that really, hitting the pitch hard. Yeah.
And left armers, how do you shape up with it? Would you do anything different in your run-up or approach or at the crease?
I do tend to get a bit narrower in the crease. I'm trying to stay normal where I'm into a right-handed batter, but I normally come into a left-hander and obviously push the one that goes across as well.
Right.
So
when you push across, you just come on a different side of the seam, or you actually change your position?
Normal wobble seamers.
Yeah.
So ones that come into a right-hander obviously go away to a left-hander. So I normally bowl wobble seamers to a left-hander, then surprise them with the one that comes back in.
Yeah.
Occasionally come around the wicket as well. If the pitch is flat and not doing much, just try to bowl as straight as possible. I think, especially at New Road as well, pitches get flat, so you've got to bowl to the pitch really and bowl around the wicket and straight as possible.
So, talking of flat pitches at New Road, and then you got into the one-day side as well. How did you cope with that? And what were your difference in your plans? Say opening the Bolland in 2020 and the 50 over game compared to Red Bull.
I didn't have much to change really, because obviously my natural length is that back of a length, good length. So with a white ball, obviously white ball don't swing as much as a red ball. You might get the first couple of overs that swing, but when I kept my normal length and the white ball was swinging a bit, that's where I got my rewards. I think when you try and pull it there to make it swing, I think that's where you go wrong in like T20 cricket and 50 over cricket.
Right.
Because anything that's full and a bit of width.
So you're still hitting the pitch hard?
Still hitting the pitch hard, yeah, that's the main thing in white ball cricket. If you're not hitting the pitch hard, you're going to get hit for a few boundaries, I think. Well, obviously, you got all the death stuff as well in 50 over cricket and T20 cricket.
So where's your main stock ball at the death?
Probably slow ball bumper, like in like the rib cage. So I normally have like men out on the leg side predominantly. I can bowl Yorkers as well if they'd sort of eye me up. I can get the Yorkers in. I've been practicing that for this year, so yeah.
Happy days. Well, mate, you obviously you're out at the moment with a bit of a stress reaction of the foot, so working hard to come back from that. But once you are, let's hope you go on from the Lions and get into the full England team.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
Cheers,
Catch you soon.